I'm Kendria. I need you to go like, follow, and subscribe. Soul Productions.
What's up, everyone? And this is Next Level Thinking.
Check. I'm coming for you niggas cause you looking at me. I'm about to son you niggas, you can call me daddy. My big balls be swinging to your jaws when I'm ducking with the ball coming down too strong. I got heat for niggas who be trying to stop my flow and make me feel like I'm a little bitch from the mo. I'm so humble, but I move so subtle with the laser beams on, moving like the front runner in the motherfucking jungle. I be down to fucking rumble. I be taking niggas cookies, pussies like the stubble. It's evident that you are irrelevant. Rhyming on the mic, feeling gaudy like I'm heavy set. Isn't it ironic that being real now is being fake? And since I've been here, it's been pussies in my face. Clicks and dicks, well niggas with bitch shit, and they trying to say I'm tripping cause I'm truly am a bitch. Wow, how does that happen? It's kinda crazy when I step to the mic, it get tragic. The way that I deliver my words is like magic. Pull this shit about my ass and it still sound classic.
What's up, everyone? It's another episode of Next Level Thinking, as we always bring you inspired guests to help you take it to the next level. It's your host, Chris Holmes, as always, and I have a special guest by the name of...
It's your girl, Kourtney D. How y'all doing today?
Okay, and I'm pretty sure you heard a little bars and much more about, I just had a little preview. So I'll go ahead and start the video off a little bit, tell them about the little music thing, but we also will go more about in depth about the other things to do as well, because I'm pretty sure that they heard that fire. And like, oh, who's this? Is this a girl right here?
That's usually the reaction, so yeah, let's get more into it.
Yeah.
So what exactly you want to know?
So, like, what actually got you into spin music? Because, you know, I don't go into, like, stereotypes and stuff like that, but when you hear a female spit bars like that, it catches most people like, what?
Okay.
So, like, yeah, that's what I'm kind of going towards.
So, basically, I've been writing since I was a kid. As far as I can recall, it's been since I was about 8 years old. I have an older brother. He made music, he wrote, and growing up, my way of expressing myself was basically always through poetry and writing, because I really enjoy poetry a lot. It helps calms my nerves.
And it's like a way to release your thoughts into an art form. It's
an intimate connection with myself that I tend to have, so that's why I write poetry. And when I got in high school, like, I started rapping for friends, and they would be like, bro, you really have bars, and I would just be like,
over here hitting the table, you know, with the pencils.
Yeah, but you know, I was that friend that was like, nah, what y'all talking about? I have bars. So it'd be like, I would kind of brush it off, and then my friends would be like, no, come on, bro, come on, do that thing that you do. And I made a habit of just freestyling by myself a lot, freestyling with people, and it just became more and more of a hobby. Got into college, started talking to people, networking more. And then I was like, nah, I really love this, so this is what I'm supposed to do. So now I've been writing basically my whole life, and I just decided to basically take my poetic flow, add it to beats, and, you know, be a little more creative with what I like to do the most. So. And
that's where creativity really gets its like flavor.
Exactly. The originality put into it, and it's all about the energy you put into your work too, because it shows how your passion. It shows how you really feel about what you're doing.
And I like how you really hit on that. The key word you just said earlier, originality.
Right.
Because I feel like a lot of times people want to like copy this artist, but really, I think it's in my opinion. You can tell me if I'm right or wrong. I think what really makes you stand apart is when you be your own best version of yourself.
Exactly.
And that's what helps you stand out.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I don't know, like, it's always weird because when I listen to music and I think about the creative process as a musician, I would never want to copy anybody else's style, first of all. Second of all, if I'm doing that, it's just like asking myself, are you really putting your all into what you're doing? If you have to go copy somebody else's style, like, is this really what you're supposed to be doing?
True. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the one thing I definitely always keep in mind, and I definitely encourage all other artists and people who are creative in any type of way, always keep your originality in whatever it is that you're doing.
And honestly, that is a deep question, because it's like you're looking yourself in the mirror.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, are you really supposed to do this? Because you're out here trying to put other pieces, but who are you?
Exactly.
What is your style? What is your story? Your creativity? How can you, as we said earlier, express yourself in this art platform, whatever genre,
exactly,
to actually make the people hear?
Exactly.
So with that said, I know you're also into more than just music. You can tell by your intellect and much more. So like, tell the audience a little bit what you got going on or planning for the new year. Oh yeah, New Year's like basically tomorrow.
Literally a couple of hours at this point. So, but yeah, so 2019 got a big year. I've been in planning mode, initiation mode, trying to get some things on the ground rolling on a lot of different things that I've been working on behind the scenes for a while now. But I have a lot of new music coming. First and foremost, I have to put that out there because it's something that y'all definitely would want to tune into and hear. After that, I also have been working with other creative artists in the city of Houston who have actually been putting their best foot forward at creating their own businesses and also putting together their own creative projects that they enjoy doing. So you're definitely going to see a lot of new talent, a lot of new artists that are going to come out and be around me and everything that I'm doing and creating, because I also support everything that they're doing. Outside of that, I have a friend writing poetry books, so we're definitely going to have a lot of more written documents coming out in 2019 from the bigger vision of what we're trying to do in order for us to basically convey the concept of what it is that we're really supporting.
It's like basically pushing people outside their comfort zone.
Exactly.
Like we know you're comfortable doing this,
and that, but we're about to show y'all exactly another mindset to step into, just because I know that just talking to a lot of random people, because I do love networking and communicating with people, I find that a lot of people are very comfortable with what they know. And I've always been that person, even around my friends, that make you think outside of what you're already thinking about.
And that's what helps you
exactly.
grow.
So, and then outside of that, you learn that a lot of other people have probably been thinking about this. They just convey it in a different way. So the idea that I'm coming with working with so many different people is building a creative and a collective project where we all see the same thing, but we're all using our different perspectives to give y'all a bigger picture of what it is that we're ultimately trying to do.
It's that thing, kind of going back to my grandma said, closed mouth don't get fed.
Exactly.
And by you meeting like other people and throwing the idea much more, you never know who like, you know what, I've been thinking about this at the same time, or I've been meeting somebody who does this, and you would have never made that connection if you just kept your mouth shut.
Exactly.
So that's why it's always good to travel to different locations, especially with social media. Like I was telling her earlier, I feel like social media at this point is like the highway. You can be in Texas, Atlanta, another country, however, and still connect to people. We're not in like the old traditional ways where you kind of put the mail on the mail cart.
And you gotta wait a week or 2 weeks later.
Yeah, they can't get mail in the horse so we don't get robbed.
Yeah.
And then, oh yeah, by the way, the mail got lost, so I gotta write another letter. So yeah, we have way more better technologies where you can just do something simultaneously, like right then and there. And yeah, then to the point we got FaceTime, VR basically is here. You got the NBA and all that stuff introduced. You could actually just be like courtside now using VR.
You can be here and be anywhere else in the world at the same time. Think about it, YouTube streaming. We could be in Houston right now on YouTube, and it could be somebody in Bangladesh watching us.
Technology.
So it's that advanced, but and the big thing that I actually have coming for 2019 is that I'm going to be rolling out my nonprofit organization. It's actually called the Poet Fam.
Oh, the Poet Fam.
It's an acronym. It's an acronym. Okay. Okay, so I'm very big on acronyms because that's just my way of my originality. That's the way of me always connecting with what I'm trying to do and make sure that people don't take or assume anything about the title that's being given to them. Understand it's a bigger picture behind the words that you're reading. And POET actually stands for Protectors of Enlightened Thinkings. So, and it's a nonprofit organization. It's geared towards building independent Black businesses. We're starting off in the Houston area for sure, but we're definitely going to be expanding and going to different cities and states and building with other independent businesses and doing different collaborations as well. And basically, the goal is to just create a collective space where everybody can get together, have a market, do for themselves. And it's more or less geared towards the upcoming businesses because, we already have a lot of platforms that exist already.
It's already established.
And doing something around the same thing. You got to go through the hard work. Go through that, get past the gatekeepers and all that. Exactly.
When you have something more local, it's like, hey, we're just like you. We're trying to come up to, or we can just like provide that advice or resources. So everybody's pretty much building off of.
Exactly, and also we're very big on collaborations. That's kind of one of the founding foots that we believe in the Poet Fam is collaborating with other people in order to help other people build.
Because you can't do everything by yourself.
Exactly, you need other people. Like you need a team, you need a strong network of people who basically have the same vision as you. They have their own thing that they're trying to convey to the world, but y'all are willing to come together despite your differences to convey the bigger picture of what it is.
Or you really want to say, like, name one Fortune 500 company that runs by one person.
Exactly.
There's not.
And then you can think about it. Those Fortune 500 companies have all probably done business with each other at some point in time.
Hey.
So it's all about building, networking, and being able to communicate the bigger picture. And, basically it all comes down to knowing thyself and knowing your purpose and what it is that you're trying to do. Because in order for you to be able to connect and build with other people, you have to know what you represent and stand for too. And that's how you're able to connect and network and actually understand other people's perspective of, like I said, the same thing.
I'm going to do a quick little pivot. I'm going to kind of go back on the importance of knowing basically your inner self.
Okay.
So go a little bit more in depth on that, because especially with us going into a new year, I feel like it is very important to know, like, basically, like who you are and be true to yourself.
Right. Well, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter.
Shout out to Ty.
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram at youngpimp_K, Kayy.
She's got the swag of a pimp too.
Oh my God, man. Everybody from Sound, they understand. It was it's just a name thing we went through, and I stuck with it, and it's been my social media tag for like forever now. People know me by it, so I'm keeping it the same for right now. So, youngpimp_Kayy, or you can follow me on Twitter at onthecourt with a K_. Or you could just type in Kourtney D. I'm pretty sure it'll come up where you can find me. You can also follow or subscribe to me on YouTube, Kourtney D. Also, SoundCloud. I'm on SoundCloud.
She's definitely on SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud, Kourtney D, and it's Kourtney D together, no spaces, just simply put. And I have all my new music coming to y'all, and it'll be available on Apple Music and other platforms as well. So
great. Now let's get back to it, like the importance of knowing your inner self.
So 2018 was a big year for me, personally, and I feel like I endured a lot of independent growth during this year. And a lot of obstacles and things that I was going through that kind of surfaced after, thinking about and realizing things kind of surfaced back from 2016. And it was like a constant play of the same thing. And I'm like, okay, Kourtney, what is it that is creating or perpetuating this cycle of the same thing that you don't want to deal with? And it made me really look in a mirror and reflect on the decisions that I've been making, the choices that I was choosing to partake in, and everything that I was doing on a bigger picture. And a lot of people have this fear about karma. And so in knowing thyself, I had a real reality check where I was like, Kourtney, karma, you create your own karma.
End quote.
Simply put. And understanding that made me realize the importance of decision making and the idea behind perpetuating cycles and creating what it is that you want to create, and how we have all these different tools here on earth as human beings that give us the opportunity to create the reality that we want to create. But because we don't know thyself and know what it is we really want to do, our passions, and how to operate in the human body, because realistically we're spiritual beings also. So that's the concept that we're growing into right now, with people understanding that we are more than what you actually see. So as you understand that spiritual side of yourself and you're able to manifest your reality from that perspective by integrating that part into your ego and who you are, then you really can see, well, whoa, this is really what I like. This is my purpose. This is what I'm here to do. Let me build upon that. And just simply in understanding that throughout 2018, I'm ending the year feeling really blessed about all my experiences, good and bad, because I had a lot of ups and downs. It's the cycles of life. You have to understand them. The journey is all about how you carry yourself and how you handle everything. So I've been learning to handle myself from a more mental mind space, but having control of my emotional body and understanding what it is I'm supposed to be doing and not letting my emotions take control. That's the bigger picture going into 2019. And just realizing that, man, it's like we're at the end of the year, and I've manifested so many relationships, networking opportunities, business partners, people who actually support my vision. And all it took me to do was to know what I really wanted to do and start communicating that. And knowing thyself is the most authentic way for you to be here on earth, because that's the only way you have your originality. It's the only way you're able to connect with who you really are and be able to connect with people on solid foundations and knowing yourself. So,
well said.
Yeah.
With a little poetic touch to it.
Yeah, so, you know, that's just how it is, you know.
Because that's who you are.
Exactly. And I learned, though, being this way, it helps other people relate to something real, because even though it's poetic, it makes sense.
Connection. It's relatable.
Because I want to connect with people. I want people to understand the deeper meanings of life. And it's like, of course, you have to make that decision for yourself first to want to be into that. But it's like, you know how they say, the teacher arrives once the student shows up. So you have to be willing and ready to learn the deeper meanings of life and think outside of the box. And once you do that, you meet a person like me.
Well said. So with that, I'm going to throw something completely different. Usually I say leave your last remarks.
Okay.
But leave a quick little freestyle. And then
Okay.
Spit something real quick and then we'll close it out.
Okay. Give me a topic.
The journey of life.
Okay.
Go ahead and spit to the camera.
All right. It's been a little minute, but now I'm back again. I had to take a second and pick up the pen. Been living in darkness and writing off my sins. Cause living life in the light is living life in the zen. I had to open up and take a second look at me and understand the power of harnessing energy that's embedded in me. And I really came to see the true nature of finding your own identity. I know a lot of people struggle just to find themselves. But in life, you gotta play the game and be your own ref. You gotta know the do's and don'ts in the way that you move. You gotta stay focused using your mind as a tool. Sometimes you slip and fall, but that don't mean you doubt yourself. You pick yourself up again. Sometimes you need some help. I know the latter days show the world is about to end, but we will build it up again with some loving hands.
Drops mic. So with that said, it's your host, Chris Holmes, as always, and I have the one and only.
It's your girl, Kourtney D.
Peace and we're out.